So we're waiting on a couple of players to join, and when we return, we will have that map number 1. We will have Inferno between GODSENT and UYU.
love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Well, we're getting our players in. We're getting into the action here on Inferno. Boggs and Laz with you all this evening. Welcome to ECL Challenger Season 41 in North America. GODSENT x UYU. And, well, I think just by the names alone, the prediction has to be GODSENT, right?
Yeah, I think the cards are laying out GODSENT. So if you're a Brazilian fan, I think this could be a good day for you. But we'll have to wait and see. We talked a lot about this in the pre-show. Inferno is the big old question mark. Do the UYU have something in store for us? Do they have something ready to go that GODSENT are not ready for? That's where we're going to find out.
Yeah, it's a big question mark here, especially as they'll be starting on that T side. It's always a rough start. You don't get to control the pace of the play as much as you might like. Here we go, pistol round starting. Barton and company over on GODSENT, setting up for the defense. Demau with the kit and the smoke. Will we see any dual Berettas coming through here on the GODSENT side? Now, Armorer on Lato and Taco as well. XUYU double flash smoke on Tatum. And that will be what they have to work with. No P250s either on the T side. Bunch of players training up towards 8. It's going to be a pop here very fast. Smoke's already out. Flashes 2. And Lato's peeking in. Runs down 1 and falls away back towards Speedway. God, Taco's got another one here. Barton has another. Dumau's come through from pit. And he's taken down the last 2. GODSENT, relatively clean and easy pistol round. Solid start here to kick things off.
Yeah, that's a really good start. And you know what? Honestly, I love that aggression that we see from XUYU. I think the fact that they tried to just go for the old, quick pop, I like that. I think they tried to, just show a little bit of a, yeah, you know what? We're not scared to play you guys. We're not scared to fight. But you know what? Yeah, GODSENT, they just mowed him down. But you know what? That's not the point here, Boggs. I mean, I like it. I like the confidence. So we'll have to see what else we'll see from the XUYU squad. And if he's doing now, that's now just, he's just having a field day. And there you go. I mean, you're going against Glocks. I mean, they got 1 kill, so it's not too bad, all things considered. But they pick up another kill. I think this is a good note. He might be. Oh, my. Okay, Drew.
He got 1. That's not too shabby. They got 2 kills out of this round so far, and if they get anything... Already 2 kills with just Glocks is pretty solid. If they get anything more, then it's just going to get even better. Lato should probably try and come get an upgrade here. Henny seems to be juggling the M4s around, so his teammate can't upgrade. And they seem to be content on hunting. This is concerning, as you really don't need to be hunting for the Glock. KMRN's actually going to finish off Lato. And that's 3 casualties against Glocks. That is not good at all for GODSENT, and that's a lack of discipline I did not expect to see from them.
This is what we talked about in the pre-show, because again, like, if GODSENT play a little carelessly or too loose, these things can really bite them back. But like you said, the fact that XUYU is able to just pick up, 3 kills with just Glocks, no investment. They put no money into that round. That's really costly here for GODSENT, but this is the round that we're going to see things up. Omni going to be already taking down a 51. That nade makes the connection, but a beautiful shot to start things off. Barton with a big trade back, and look at this. He's just running down middle. They're just fully aggressing in this.
They are, and it's brought back level to a 3v3. They do have kits, but the money situation is not good for GODSENT. Minimizing casualties has to be a must here in the early going, or they will keep UYU in the game just by virtue of not having strong buys. Already, UYU still in a winnable situation as well, and they're going to work their way up towards A. Taco's in a good spot on the balcony. He does have his friend in pit that's heading. That's an interesting Molotov.
I was just going to ask you, I was like, have you seen that before?
I have not.
Oh, but that's cheeky. I mean, the noise cue, so that they think it's Molly, but he just goes for the swing?
Yeah. I like that. I'm going to keep that one in my back pocket, and Henny's going to put Tatum in the pocket. There's a nice trade back by Drew, but Taco had pushed all the way through towards alt middle. Coming back now, runs right into Drew, and the M4A1 will keep him alive. The spray tight, and he's going to try and get the last as well. KMRN unable to escape from his bullets. And there comes the defuse. 3 casualties again, though, means 3 guns need to be repurchased, and the bomb plant means UYU can buy again. That's the virtue of the T side, my friend. It's where you can just keep on buying and buying and buying as long as you get the bomb down.
Well, the fact that they're still getting these kills and the fact that they're, able to get into the site, that's a good note so far. But we talked about how GODSENT played really aggressive. I mean, the fact that Barton, earlier on just pushed down middle, he's able to get, 2 kills out of that? Pretty big feat. So back to another gun round with that bomb plant, like you mentioned. They're going to force up. They're going to see what they can do with this. Utility is very lackluster, though. Again, you only got 3 smokes available. Nades coming in. Omni getting just crunched again. This is the same thing we saw last round, down to the same HP.
Yep. Again, GODSENT winning the utility battle out towards Banana. UYU no response there. Lots of unconfirmed damage dealt onto the T side. The bomb is pretty aggressive up towards Car. That is a very advanced position that you don't normally see in the default setup, which is what UYU's going for. Unless they're going to try and three-man execute onto the B site and let the lurkers help out. It's risky. And KMRN's burned down incredibly low. The utility battle again going the way of GODSENT. Look at all that damage they've inflicted virtue of the nades. And look how much damage UYU has inflicted back onto GODSENT. Absolutely nothing returned by XUYU. They're still content to hit towards B. Luckily for them, the rotation of Henny has gone back towards the A side. At least it's NCT spawn now. But XUYU are burning down the clock, and if they're not careful, they're going to run out of time.
Yeah, they changed their mind too, and I was thinking that Drew might have gone for that lurk. You can see him already pushed up all the way into A, but now his teammates are going to join him. So there is a lurk here from Tatum. He's just going to be by himself at the B site, but now they're just going to try to contest this A, and they got 2 players to go against Barton. Oh, he gets the first kill. The bomb's already out. Ooh. That's another one that comes in from Taco, so that's a good one. But now finally a little bit of a reply back here. Omni's able to find the first opener, but no. Oh, they're just falling apart like flies. And now Omni has to come alive. He's only got 5 seconds, and they're just going to push him. This is so easy, and the bomb plant won't even come through.
And Tatum's still down bottom Banana T-ramp area, just sitting there completely out of the round. Saves the AK. But not even a bomb plane coming through for XUYU means they won't be able to really full buy. I mean, they could technically try and even up the economy, buy around the AK, but it's better to just go for some pistols and armor here, do what damage you can, and try again in the next round. Taco, what's he have? Is this map? Is this round even live? I don't think it is. This one's not live.
Yeah, I think it's a tech issue. Yeah, I was just looking at the corner here, so I could just see. Yeah, it looks like there is going to be a tech issue, I believe. So I think we're just going to wait things out. We're going to just take a moment back to us. Look at our beautiful faces for a moment. Hi, we're right here. We're just having a good time. 4-0. Nothing happened, so we should be able to get the medic coming through. Just going to take a moment or two, but a little bit of a saving grace, I'll call it in a way, for XUYU, because now they can kind of think of, during this time, during this tech issue, they can kind of figure out what they want to do a little bit differently. We've now seen GODSENT pushing down middle aggressively. They're kind of doing a standard setup, but now they can maybe fine-tune some things with this early little bit of a quote-unquote break.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a timeout here for XUYU. It gives them an early timeout. Normally you see that around 5-6 rounds lost in a row. But getting this here at 4, it's not too shabby. You can figure out maybe a little pocket strat to run with that hero AK as well. Give GODSENT a little bit of a surprise coming back off the back of the timeout. But overall, we've seen kind of just a skill difference between the two teams. GODSENT hasn't exactly played too technically. They haven't even played too disciplined, but they have won their aim duels. And that's what it's really come down to. The utility damage, yes, it worked out well towards Banana, especially on round number 4. But when it came down to the hits, when it came down to the actual fights, UYU just looked a little outclassed, and it's kind of what we expected coming in, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. And I was actually just looking at, when we talk about like comparisons for like stats, I mean, Alvin is kind of the one player on this team from XUIU's that is the bigger plopper that does get a lot of multi-kill rounds. And like I said, Drew was able to have a good game against on the one map versus team 1. But right now for GODSENT, we've kind of seen everybody just win those fights and win those multi-kill rounds, and kind of even just the crossfire at the A site, just having in the mini pit as well as in Graveyard. Like it's been phenomenal, and just a very basic thing, but it's just paying wonders.
Yeah, it is, and there's a fluidity to this GODSENT team, too. They don't exactly have to have the same players in the same positions on the same sites. They can move players around the map. We saw Dumas over towards B, then over towards A, and once Henny even gets the op in his hands, it's going to make this GODSENT team even more lethal. We haven't even seen the big ring come out for GODSENT yet. And that's the scariest part, too, is UYU have gotten, what, 1 bomb plant? And that was on round 3.
1. Yeah, only 1.
Yeah. Once Henny gets that
only
op,
1.
Good luck, have fun.
Yeah, exactly. you're not going to have a good time. But, I mean, and then it makes me wonder, too, if Henny is going to op. I would imagine he's probably going to, but, I mean, it just, again, there's so many different things that GODSENT could do, and depending on how well things are going. I mean, they got a 4-0 lead right now. Maybe he just wants to rifle, maybe work on it a bit right now. At the same time, might want to mix it around with the big green, too, but we'll have to see. We're still just waiting. I think the tech issue should be fixed, I think, momentarily. I think we're just about there, but like I said, this is the thing that we saw in the pistol round. Very quick pop, like you said, very interesting. I thought that it was a bold move. I thought it was a good idea. They just tried to catch GODSENT off guard, but unfortunately, just the aim duels just went in favor for the Brazilians.
Yeah, I mean, that was the right call. If you're going to try and do a little quick execute, try it fast. And usually the hits towards B, so a lot of times teams will put the extra player over on that site, or they'll go for a full-on rush down middle, in which case XUIU were ready for that anyways, going guns out. So it's a good idea. It just didn't come to fruition, but it shows that this team is just keeping on working with whatever they have and trying their best to get everything done. HUD is wrong, folks. It is 4-0. HUD will correct itself after the round, so don't worry about that. We didn't miss a round or anything. HUD is wrong for now. It'll fix itself later. But Drew's going to eat a nade down towards Banana. That is not a healthy diet. He's down to 29 HP. And they are just going to go for the pistols again once more. Tatum, though, with the opener on the head. He had a second on a Barton, who did get one. That's a good double pick out towards the A site, leaving a lot on Taco's shoulders. The in-game leader's going to have to do it all up from the balcony, and he's knocked down too. Make it a third on the spray, the A1S, his weapon of choice. And the bomb's going to get planted here by Omniscient, but he does have armor and the AK in hand. Flash is coming in, not blinding, and the second one will. He's stuck on site. Lato spots him out. Both him and Dumao going in on the swing. And the defuse will come through. It will be 5-0 now. And, well, Taco, if he doesn't get those two, if he doesn't get at least two out of that, it's probably going to be a save from GODSENT, and UYU are going to get their first round on the board.
But I love that opener, though. I mean, the fact that Tatum is able to just go for, again, just a one fight, go for the swing again, able to find that. Those were big pickups. I mean, that was just, again, individual work that comes in from XUIU, able to find that. But then we talk about individual work. It's Taco that comes in with a triple all of a sudden on balcony. So that's what we were kind of saying before. It's just these aim duels and the multi-kill rounds that have really saved GODSENT so far in this 5-0. There's Omni finding that opener once more. XUIU are doing a great job of finding those opening duels. It's the later portion of the rounds that they're falling apart. There it is. Lato's able to find the one. Tatum able to get that trade back. The rotates are coming in.
The rotations are coming back, and you cannot count GODSENT out of this round despite them being down a player. Nade goes in, doesn't do too much damage. Alvin taking a bit, but through the smoke, Henny just runs and was going to get sandwiched anyways by the spray. KMRN, the one to get that kill. The bomb's going to get planted now for UYU. And Taco and Barton. With Barton on 12 HP, do they even want to commit to this? Because the money isn't great for GODSENT either. Taco and Barton have a combined $50 in the bank. Lato has $850. Henny at $1250. Dumao is the most at $1,900. It's not exactly flourishing the economy there, and Barton's been finished off, and Taco will fall too. So a clean wipe here for XUIU, and GODSENT are not going to be able to fully invest into this next round with rifles, despite winning the first 5 rounds.
Yeah, it's just madness. But, you know what? If they decide, I was thinking they might try to go for some pistols, maybe. Ooh, interesting. Dumao actually going to purchase the FAMAS. The only rifle. Everybody else pistols up. Barton going to go for the CZ. Or CZ. I'm from Canada, leave me alone. But nonetheless, it's still Deagles out of here. Looking for an entry. Oh my goodness gracious. Lato able to get a beautiful opener. Takes it down. So now UIU, or XUIU, sorry, they lose that first opening duel. They've been quite successful so far on that, but now it's starting to turn a bit of a tide.
Yeah, it is. We'll see if they can continue getting this kill here with Drew getting the opener for his team onto Taco. Brings it to a 4v4. Taco just peering up towards porch side. Gets caught around the corner. Too slow of a peek there. Drew's going to have that one every day. Lato's still around towards Banana, though, holding aggressively, waiting for the jump up. Tatum has him down. Dumao, the one rifle on the GODSENT side, rotating in. The rotation should be spurred forth here for GODSENT. The troops should be coming through. The reinforcements should be there. But Dumao, at the very least, has one through the smoke. KMRN coming through now. Takes a dig, but finishes off Dumao. Good pickup into this 2v3. No armor behind these deagles for both Henny and Barton. Now Molotov will even stall out the push from Henny, who picked up the FAMAS, which could make this one a little more dangerous. Still, the lack of utility, the lack of a kit, and most importantly, the lack of armor means this should be a second on the board for UYU. And ex-UYU, a couple of rounds in a row is a good sign for them. It goes well. And there comes KMRN for that first headshot onto Barton. Henny, only one consolatory frag. Solid round again from ex-UYU, especially after losing that first player dump it in.
Yeah, the change that we saw, I mean, UYU, they've been able to get those first openers, and then we saw GODSENT start things off, and they react to it really well. I mean, they just seem a little bit more complacent. They didn't overexert anything. They didn't rush anything. They just stayed, calm and collected as much as they could. And it's going to be back to the pistols one more time, and actually, it's going to be GODSENT that are going to push through middle, and it's going to be Alvin able to find one. He's trying to find a little bit more, but the pistols are just trying to do any sort of damage, and actually, they've been able to pick up 2 kills, making it a little bit more now. Down to a 2v1, it's just one lonely CT, and that will do. Ex-UYU, they get a cleanup, but man, is that costly.
Yeah, it's another round where they're up against a lesser buy, and they lose 3 players. It's similar to what GODSENT were taking in the first few rounds themselves. But ex-UYU, at the very least, still do have enough money to reinvest into this round. They will have to shuffle guns around a little bit, but they still have overall a decent economy. But look what Henny has in his hands, lads. He's got his favorite toy. It's the big green, and you know what that means. It's time for Henny to shine. Already Alvin taking a lot of damage. Henny hasn't really had to do too much yet, as he's been smoked off back. Arch is actually falling away from the little mid-presence of Drew. The rest of the squad positioned over towards Banana, now falling back on this default, regrouping and thinking better of their prospects and potentially going back towards A. No pick has been provided yet. No overextension of a GODSENT player has come through. There's more utility flooding in towards A now. Molotov towards Porch. Barton drops down. Around the flame, sprays down Tatum, peeks out wide. Henny got a tag, and now he's got a frag. Barton has 2, Henny has 1, and ex-UYU are down to 2. Alvin had that return frag. There has been no further answer, no further push, and these 2 Ts are so split apart. They're on opposite sides of the map, opposite choke points. The bomb has been recovered for them, but are they going to be able to get past Taco? Not a chance for Alvin there. Leaving it all down to KMRN in a 1v4. A full mind of GODSENT on the other side, but Taco at the very least has fallen. The bomb recoverable, but KMRN is burning down time. He's got to make a play here very quickly, or he's going to get caught from behind here by Lato. He's ready for it. It won't matter. He goes back to check his arch, and he's shut down.
It's just that slight second, too, that bit of adjustment. You could see he looked, then he just looked away, and like you said, the fact that Lato's able to go for it, easy kill. But at least we see ex-UYU, they're doing some damage. Again, like, they are getting these decent kills. They're not looking like they're scared of who they're playing against. GODSENT winning all the fights that I would expect them to at this moment, but back to a full gun round. The op's still going to be preserved or purchased once again here from Alvin. Nade coming in. Gonna connect a little bit against Drew. A nice one here from Henny. And right now they're kind of stuck on side of T ramp and waiting things out, but there it is. KMRN, he's able to get a great shot against Dumel. That's a big pickup. I mean, this is a heavy hitter player, so this is a good position already, starting things off at that minute 124.
Yeah, it's a good early pick, and Lato hasn't fallen away either. He's still sitting around the sandbags, hoping for some aggression outwards towards A. There could be a pick here for Taco or for Barton, or a kill going the way of Drew. Either way now, Lato has fallen away back towards site. A good retreat. The Molotov flying in towards his new position on U-Box. Smoke coming in, flash as well, but he's got a little bit of an angle here, and he's going to win a duel, but he's going to be finished off by the barbecue set there by Tatum. A flash from Alvin helping out as well, but Barton has already come through on the rotation. He's smoked off, but over top of the coffins, KMRN put in the body bag, and even more damage. The lurk is finished off as well. Now it's a 3v2 for GODSENT as the bomb has just started to tick away. Omniscient stuck in towards first or second oranges there. Bit of an aggressive play from Alvin is his unmaking. The last is stuck towards second, and Barton has the last two despite losing Dumau. Barton comes in and cleans up shop. 7-3 now for GODSENT. And they're starting to keep more and more players alive too, and starting to get a better read on how XUYU are playing as well.
They're definitely starting to get a good read of what's going on, and this is what we talked about, right? I mean, even if losing Dumau, you still see everybody just pulling all the extra weight that they need to, and the fact that Barton was able to just run around, Lotto was able to just, you know, get some big spam damage. Some great work that we're seeing from the GODSENT team, and a 7-3 scoreline now. Things are starting to get a bit bigger on the gap. 3 players on towards Arch side. Waiting things out. They've given up lane and double player towards Banana. But they got the deep smoke, so that's actually going to isolate Omni, and he's going to get taken out. He gets a bit over aggressive. He tries to put matters into his own hands. He's not able to. Oh, and this is just a firefight through a smoke. Everybody's shooting blind.
Shooting blind, but a kill and some damage come out of that engagement towards Banana in the favor of GODSENT. They will take that every day. Makes their defense a lot easier. And for XUYU, they've already lost a critical rifler. That's not a good spot to be in. And as this half is quickly drifting away, the A-take's going to come through here from XUYU, but they still need 3 more rounds to finish off the half. There are 5 rounds to play, counting this one. Henny can shut this all down. That's a good start. Flicks back around. Might just re-aggress here. No flashbang from a teammate to go in and aggress. Lotto and Taco the only pieces of utility left, but Henny needs none. He's just going to peek in. Might have spotted the cross as well. Taco's going to be ready for it. Barton as well on site. That smoke and the noise will even clue them in more. Henny's going to come through to help out. He wants all the kills. Taco's going to finish off the last, but Henny with the Hattie. 8-3 now. GODSENT continuing to pour on the pressure. The map pick of XUYU. This is where things get messy, and a timeout could very well be called here by XUYU. Or at the very least into the next gun round, as a 10-5 would be their worst case scenario, where you still have a decently winnable scoreline.
Back to a default we go. XUYU fighting for the banana control. Even GODSENT have now switched up their plan. We saw before that they liked playing towards car a little bit more aggressive, using a lot more utility than we've seen now. You can see the T's, they're starting to creep on through. They only do have the pistols, no utility available in the pocket. Henny able to find that first opener. Looking for a little bit more, but now the bomb's advancing towards B, so now they're ready to hit it. But that nade is just going to eat them alive. They just ate the pin. They ate all the shatters. Oh, and Dumau, oh, he's just farming. He's just fully farming. It's a simulator, and it's all just down to Drew.
This is now where XUYU need to stall this out. They need to bring this to 9-6 here. They need to put on the pressure. They need to keep themselves in this game. It is their map pick, and with every round GODSENT pile on after 8, it just becomes more and more difficult for XUYU to come back here. GODSENT going aggressive, lots of nade damage, a flash is huge, but the kill has finally come through, but there's a trade from Barton, who isn't all that much wounded. Lotto spamming away, the nade goes in, has to be careful of a push, that's the reload, and KMRN gets the timing right. Golden opportunity seized by XUYU, changing of the pace, and a counter, a perfectly bred counter to GODSENT, but they go in towards Dumau, who's picked up a secondary AWP for the GODSENT side. And now it's leveled up at 3 apiece, and the other wounded player who's at the very significantly wounded is Henny. on 21 HP, and that is just not enough, or is it? A nade could put him down. There's a couple of Molotovs, 3 to be precise on XUYU, a spare round as well. He does have the op, but it's all going to rest on Dumao. He's going to have to play back sight, and it's not like he has time advantage right now. He's got to be stuck towards the pillar. He's got to be a hero, but he cannot pull it off. It's a legendary spot for somebody like Stewie, but Dumao just can't have the magic.
No magic to be had yet, and he's down to 21, so in this kind of a position, you got Barton closing in, but again, the utility is lackluster. And this kind of a point, it is a 2-on-3. They have a lead, Boggs, but again, I mean, the money is fine, so really they could gamble this if they want, but that's so expensive it doesn't go their way. The ops dropped. Barton's coming in for the swing now. He's looking to see what he can do, but this, oh my god, that's a beautiful shot. Looking for a bit more, but he's going to get caught in the crossfire, and that's going to be another round for XUYU, and we're at 9-4 now.
Yeah, I mean, this is a round that is huge for XUYU. They put GODSENT in a bit of a predicament as well. If they lose this round, they won't have much to fight with on round 15. And that would basically give them an easy opportunity for a 9-6, which is what UYU wants. It's what XUYU want now. It is a baseline for a good solid comeback here, especially on your map pick. You get 6 rounds, you do the passable half on T side. But it's where you make your money on CT here. But Dumao starts it off just spamming through. And how many times has Omniscient gotten caught on that banana push? Because it seems like that's not the second time or even the third time that that's happened.
Yeah, that's so true. I mean, I feel like we see it. We at least have said this a few times this game so far. And this is only the first half. But, yeah, one more will do, right?
Yeah, I mean, he can't actually be omniscient. He can't live up to his namesake exactly, but Dumao comes in with a dink and a frag. And Barton's going to swing into even more. Taco finishes off the only player with full HP. Henny strikes into Alvin. And Drew now in a 1v4, makes it a 1v3, but on 3 HP, what is there to be? Nothing at all. 10-4. And it's UYU's turn to be concerned in their financial department.
Yeah, last round of the first half we go, and XUYU looking to see what they can do and bring this thing back to a 10-5 to get themselves in that transition for the CT side. And I mean, even for GODSENT, I mean, this map, it's neck and neck essentially on their T and CT sides, and I mean, definitely more of a CT-sided team, but again, Strangers to a good T side, and the aggression's coming in. Omni's not able to find the opener, but the Tech9 will get that trade back. There's another trade on trade coming through. And they're just going to bulldoze this. They're just going to run for it. So now GODSENT, they have a lot more utility to work up. So this retake, this is very, very interesting now, Boggs.
But the damage, the nade does Drew Zera in, and Tatum's going to get taken down low and finished off by Barton. Good flashing in from Henny, all down to Alvin, who's stuck towards Banana. And Taco's coming in on his backside. Nade's going to come through. Taco jumps around. The bomb can get defused as Taco's going to finish the job. Alvin finished off 11-4 for GODSENT. And with that, we'll hit that break for half number 2.
love it? You wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
And here we are, folks. Half number 2 between GODSENT and XUYU. It's the map pick of XUYU, but GODSENT are trying to make it theirs. I'm Boggs, he's Laz, and this, well, this is Counter-Strike, in case you weren't aware. We got some dual Berettas over on the XUYU side. No, actually, they do have a kit. It's on KMRN, and Tatum's going to be the one who was basically just there to drop the dual Berettas. Alvin is swinging out towards Banana, though, and dealing some serious damage. Lotto's going to get domed, and they're still engaging towards B, but a Hall's push has come through from the CT side as well. That's not been dealt with yet by Barton, who's going to get felled by the dual Berettas in the hands of Drew. The armor behind the dualies really helping out. KMRN dinked down almost to death. Dumao doing so much, and yet still unable to get a kill, yet our GODSENT. Omniscient, in the meantime, has finished off Taco, leaving it down to these two, Henny and Dumao. One more for Henny, make it 2, and that is it. That's all she wrote. And XUYU win the pistol, no bomb plan for GODSENT. And if there could have been a better start for XUYU, I don't think there could have been. That is as flawless as it gets.
Looking a little bit smooth like butter. Looking a lot better than what we saw the first time, but taking up a pistol, especially with this lead now, can potentially shrink things down, but we'll have to see what GODSENT do in the full aggression. Oh my goodness. It's a 1-on-1 trade, and they're able to find one more kill, but they're actually counter-aggressing. They're trying to go through middle. Oh man, KMRN, he's still got a USP, and now it's coming in with the knife, and he's able to get the knife kill, so that's a big bonus for the bank. Now he's going to be sitting in a good position to potentially get this bomb down. Bomb plant coming in too. Oh, this has gone from worse to worse.
He's got an op when they buy guns, that's for sure. That's all he wants is the op. Henny, if he even wins this round, it's insane. Already he's done enough, you could say. He's got the knife kill, he's got 2 kills. They know where he is. They know where he is. It's a 10-second defuse. Why is Alvin not the one on the bomb?
Oh, okay, there's a kid on this player too. So I was like, Alvin, please tell me you have the kid. I looked over, I'm like, whew, okay. Crisis is averted, but
okay.
What an expensive round for XUYU.
I have 2 questions there.
Let's hear him.
1, why is the low HP player sticking the bomb plant? The bomb defuse. Why is the low HP player doing it?
Question mark.
And
Second
2,
question.
why is the guy without the kit sticking the bomb?
Question mark for that one as well. I'll join you with you, Bog. A lot of question mark, a lot of questionable decisions made. I mean, it's a hectic moment, and I can understand that, but it's just clearing those columns to say, I have the kit, I have more HP, let me do it. But instead, they barely survived that round, and it would have been over so much quicker. But
yeah, they knew where Henny was. That's the other thing, too. They mollied off towards Church. They had the Church molly. 5-second defuse, it's over. Either he runs through the fire, or he runs through towards CT, and chances are, if he's just wildly spraying with the MP9, you're going to have enough time to get the 5-second defuse.
Yeah, they did all the right play, but minus that last piece of that round, it was just the defuse, and everything else just kind of was a little bit of a head scratcher, but that's fine. And we'll have to see if GODSENT are going to be scratching any heads with these Galeals, because they've actually changed up their plan. They looked like they were ready to go for the B hit. I think some of the nade work that we're seeing from Drew, bunch of nade and utility drop for him, so he might have actually sold it, but no. GODSENT, they're going to go right back at it. They tried to fake it. Now the rotates are coming in. Omni's actually making his way there. He's trying to hustle as fast as he can, and GODSENT, they're actually running into a bit of a trap now.
Yeah, Drew peeked through halls, and that's the information. They figured it was going to be B. The smokes came through. The call was made. They're going to rush on in, but the gap will be Barton's kill, but he did shred it out by Omniscient quite nicely, doing a little bit more damage. Still back towards Church. Drew's going to lurk behind the smoke. Bomb's going to get planted, surely, but they have to cover it. Dumao on the last bullet fired, and that spray will get the kill, and Lotto finishes off Drew's arrow, trying to push through towards Coffins. Alvin MP9, nice burst fire there onto Damao. Low HP, will not matter. Upgrades to the M4 now. Tatum around the smoke. Alvin throwing on flash. Galil for Lato. 1 kill. All they need is 1 more. Taco's got the op, but Lato has the kills. GODSENT force up around the op of Henny, thanks in part to the extra kill on the MP9, plus that knife kill on round number 2. And GODSENT stop the bleeding now. They get to 12. And the money for XUYU is not great. They're going to have to force up themselves now. Steagles, Scout, MP9 for Omniscient. No defuse kit at all. They need kills. They need guns. They need hope.
Definitely need some hope now. Ooh, nice shot comes in from Alvin. Makes the connection onto Henny, sorry. Taking him down already at 30. Scout versus an op duel. Goes a little bit in favor here for XUYU. GODSENT now creeped on through. Tatum actually makes a great shot with the deagle. Dumao, nice little tamperino. He's able to find 1 more. It's going to be the player of KMRN raiding things out here. He's not able to peel that orange. Oh no, look at this. The little bit of the smoke gap. Dumao still putting the pressure on.
It's because it hit Dumao too when the smoke was thrown. That's why it made the gap. And GODSENT don't even care, do they? Taco's making a meal of them. This is no respect now from GODSENT. I mean, normally you have a gap like that, you don't fight it. First it was Dumao, then it was Taco. And now they're hunting for Tatum, who has the Galil, and he's watching it towards Library. He's silenced 1, but he does not want to overextend now. He wants to keep that into the next round, and a wise decision there. But as many wise decisions as you can have, all that matters is getting 16 on the board before the other team manages 15. And GODSENT are 3 away from doing that. And this round is not going to be a pie from UYU. The Galil is all they'll have. A deagle, a splash, and a decoy.
Yeah, this is way too much pressure for Tatum.
Yep.
We saw the deagle do some work before. I think that was actually Tatum before the previous round, if I'm not mistaken. But that's asking a lot, and now you have that rifler. It is a Galil nonetheless. Oh man, the spam is actually doing some good work too. It's actually making connection, not a crazy amount, but the fact that, you know, Omni's already down to 61 just through like getting spammed, that's frustrating.
Yeah, and it's also just, hey, you can't push here. You want to push here? Well, you're gonna die. So leave apps. It's our place now. It's our home. They kick him out
now.
Lato's got to be careful. There's nobody on the side proper, but there's 2 towards CT spawn. Actually, there's 3 towards CT. Doesn't even matter, though. Taco's opened up the A site, and Henny's got a collateral now. Or rather, he killed Dumao!
Yeah, I was going to say, I didn't know if you caught it. I'm like, yeah, it's a collat, but he killed his teammate.
How did he get a collateral? There was 3 on B. Oh, that's how it happened.
Taking out his teammate. He's like, get out of the way. I'm taking care of business.
Boom.
Ooh. Taco gets that, but just barely. Now they're just pushing 1 by 1. Latto doing Latto things. We see a 14th here for GODSENT. It all comes down to this, Boggs. I mean, for XUYU, I mean, they got the money. This is the do or die. This is the moment where they have to pick up this round. I mean, they'll have some money for the lighter rifles next round, but it's not going to be the same. This is the one where we're going to see that more utility available. The rifles are better.
Yep.
They're going to have to see something a little bit different now.
And more pressing than just the rifles being better this round than the next. It's a lot easier when they don't have match point or map point against you. Making a 15-6 comeback is not easy. It's almost as hard as the famous 15-5. That's not a good scoreline to have. If you get 8-9 rounds before the other team gets to 15, you give yourselves vastly significant odds. And UYU need to get this done. Tatum's just going to hold up close. There's a bunch of damage exchanged onto the double stack of players, but they are going to get the opener onto Barton. Take a lot of damage for it. Drew smokes off the molly, and he's still standing on top of Newbox. And now KMRN's going to swing around. It looks like XUYU are not going to say die just yet. Henny's come through with a big kill. But around the smoke, KMRN just running wild, running rampant, and finishing off the last couple of players. A staunch behold. The Lurkin Halls goes astray. And XUYU will cut the deficit to 7. Not a bad round at all. Just need more of that here from them. See if they have it in them.
Can they do it? Alden's got the op, so it's a good note here. GODSENT playing a lot more passive, actually, but we see the double player from XUIU. They're going to group up towards Boiler and Apartment. Tatum goes for that little bit of a jiggle. He's able to find Taco, so the IGL has now been taken out. Barton's seeing if he can catch them off guard. Oh, he might get gifted this. He's just going to get gifted this. Oh, no, a bit of a misplay, a bit of a miscommunication, but it's traded out. Back to a 4-on-3. The player advantage still here for XUIU. But you still got to go against Dumal, Henny, and even Lotto.
Yeah, the thing is, too, top and bottom on the GODSENT side are separated by 4 kills.
Yeah,
Doesn't
4.
matter who's alive. They're potent. They're powerful. Omniscient shuffling the nades, though. Tosses one out. A tad too early. Utility now pouring in towards the B side. Smoke should be there for CT spawn. Flashing going through as well. And in onto the site. In the smoke, the plant is forced away. Dumal's got one, but shut down by Drew. Dumal still from New Box. Omniscient pushing around into Church. Late rotation coming from Tatum, but Drew is gone. And now Lotto's turn to tap away for a second. He knows there has to be somebody out towards CT, and he has the right read. No bomb plant yet. And Lotto is 11 HP, but Tatum has a lot to do on his plate. And while Lotto might be just be an appetizer, that's the English word I was looking for there. Henny might just be his main course. Nah, Henny's got it. This meal bites back. On Inferno, GODSENT eat you. It's 15-7 and the buy. They can't even buy armor and a full moss except for Alvin.
Oh, man. Not like this. Not like this. GODSENT now. Map point. 1 round away. And then we get things over to Overpass. And you heard us right, folks. It's the pick for GODSENT. So they played it once or twice in their lives. They're all right.
7-2, no big deal, you know.
No big deal.
That's a big deal.
Okay. That's a big. Ooh, that's a very big deal.
Mm-hmm. 2 quick kills.
Ooh.
Oh my!
Down the Lotto on a 1v2.
This
Got
is
the
also a
time.
big deal.
Oh, he could go for this plant. He will get it down at least. I imagine he's got to hear this. Both players are running. They're not even going silently. They're just waiting. They're just going to push this. Lotto. Oh, he gets the 1. Can he get the second one to save this, to put them into the end? He will not be able to. Drew keeps them alive. The Band-Aid is on. XUIU. They survive it with just 1 player.
It's a Band-Aid on a missing limb, though. That's the only problem.
Yes. It's just pouring out. It's the Band-Aid's just not doing anything.
The Band-Aid's technically there, but is it stopping anything? It's only delaying the inevitable.
It's I love the way that they win those 2 fights, though. I mean, the fact that they had the double player arch, they were able to get the crossfire. That was nice. That was really well done. Alvin was able to get the 2 kills, but I mean, he did have the assist of his 1 player inside of Archway. So it was good work, and I believe that actually would have been, at the time, Omni, I believe.
Yeah, they got the double from that, so it worked out well, but this is just unnecessary aggression from XUYU. KMRN gets technically flashed through, but none of the GODSENT players are blind. They get the opening duel 1, they'll Molotov towards sandbags and split the defense at a 2-2. The utility's been decently used up, too, for the CT side, and considering the fact that GODSENT only have 2 rifles, a MAC-10 and 2 Deagles, Utility's not great either for them overall. Well, this proposition just gets a little bit worse for XUYU. Now into the A hit, both players in towards pit. The MAC-10 can fly and absolutely ruin their evening. When do they spring the trap? They're waiting for Dumao. They're waiting for Dumao up lane, up Moto, and into the crosshairs. Tatum has 2, and now in comes the MAC-10, but it's gone. Alvin stands strong against Barton. The bomb will not get planted. And perhaps the Band-Aid might become a little bit more than just a Band-Aid. 2 rounds in a row, delaying what you might think is inevitable. But GODSENT can't buy this round. It's Glocks. UYU are going to get double digits, surely.
Yeah, but we saw what happened. What was that, like round 2, round 3 in the first half where they had the Glocks? I mean, that switched things up a little bit. I get it, but
true.
You never know. You just never know. Nice nade, not going to come through for them. Actually, they're just... Oh, I thought they were just pushing up mid, but they're actually just making a lot of noise. But it's a good strategy. Again, this noise queue is just trying to burn as much utility as they can. This is just going to affect the money system here for XUYU, making it a little bit easier for them to get those pistols in some closer combat situations. But now they vacated this, and they're just going to hit B. The smokes are coming in. The flashes are being thrown in, and it's just Drew by himself. He's playing very passive. He's actually not even peaked this yet, and Molly comes in to block him off too. Oh,
that's
a little bit worse for wear. And look at this. It's a 5-on-5 retake situation, and I mean, it's only Dumao that's taking a bit of damage early on.
It's against pistols, though, so it might not be as easy as XUYU expect. Glocks and tight angles, doesn't matter what you have, the Glock can still close you out. The P250s as well are very potent from these kinds of angles, and a double swing, a triple swing yields the opening pick in the way of GODSENT. Alvin trades one back, but he's significantly low, and Drew's gonna swing through, take out a couple, no, just one! Taco's got an M4, he can technically win this. Molotov in onto the bomb, but Taco's dead. The bomb will get defused, and a smoke out onto the molly. But a costly round. 3 kills found for GODSENT. That's 3 guns needing to be bought up again by XUYU. And with the bomb plant, GODSENT can buy up nicely here. No op for Henny. Doesn't need it on the T set of Inferno anyways. Just go for the rifles here. GODSENT are going to look to put XUYU to bed, but they have to be careful not to let this team stick around too long. 5 rounds is not that much of a difference. And that lead can be gone in an instant. XUYU. They're looking good right now. They're getting rounds together. That one a little sketchy. But it was just a wrong read there. I mean, they were playing retake B. That's exactly what they did.
Double nades for Sandbag too. Really clearing all options. But double players actually towards XUYU. I mean, again, they're playing close. Another molly being used on that same spot. GODSENT, sorry, are really expecting somebody to be there. But that flash, if we can see it from Drew, thrown at the right time, they might be able to find it. But it's going to be Alvin. He's able to get a good opener. But now GODSENT have switched up the plan again. The bomb's going all the way around. So now these players are fighting in mid-bracket. They're trying to see what they can do. They're putting a bit more pressure against here. Tatum. Smoke's going to be thrown in front of Moto, so that's going to block off Omni. And now just making it 4 players versus 1. So Tatum has to come alive. He's able to get the first, but I don't know if he's heard the second player he has. But now he's getting bombarded by players. But now XUYU, they're here to fight.
They're here to fight. They're here to stay alive. KMRN already on the flank through apartments as well. Taco getting another kill here. Trying to open up more space. The bomb rests down to the feet of Tatum, who has the last pair of GODSENT players. 15-11. Lead is shrinking. XUYU are starting to come alive. GODSENT have to be careful. They have to be very, very worried now that their lead is in jeopardy. Their map 1 victory is on a razor's edge. They're on pistols again. Tech 9s, Deagles. That nade's going to do less damage than I thought it would. The second nade really chunks them down, though. That's a big boy one. An obtuse nade onto Barton. The B-take's going to come through from GODSENT. All the utility raining in. Everything they have flying through. Henny getting taken down. Omniscient and KMRN with 3 kills across the board. Barton and Taco with a pair. But Omniscient still alive in towards Grill. Barton crossing into dark, caught out by Omniscient. And 3 rounds now, the chasm. It's shrinking magnificently. Where's the timeout from GODSENT?
Yeah, I don't know if they're being stubborn or if they're this confident that they feel that everything's fine. I mean, maybe they think it's a sign of weakness. Maybe they're thinking, no, things are good. Things are all right, guys. Don't worry about it. Not trying to build up the confidence here for XUIU more. Double stack from Alvin. Oh, touches the molly. He's fine. Gets out of it. Oh, my goodness. Dumao almost able to find it, but he actually takes the brunt of it. So they're putting again. They've now pushed these players back. 3-2 split we see from XUIU. They just haven't really had a lot of luck at this A site. GODSENT. I mean, it's been more of the B hits that have been quite successful from what we've seen so far. And now look at the rotates coming in. Alvin, he's expecting this, so now they're just leaving one player at B. The bomb hasn't made the advancement yet, but Boggs, this might be a trap if GODSENT go in for the A site.
It would be a big trap, and they would get caught and probably sent back to the pistols if they commit to this. Henny getting the opening is only going to give them wait. No, they're running it back to B. They're trying to think that this draw the rotation over. This is going to draw the extra player, but the extra player was already there. Now the rotation's going to come back towards B from KMRN. Drew around CT, waiting for somebody to cross. Oh my gosh, look at the rotation.
Whoa. Oh, they're just committing. Everybody's here. Everybody's coming to the party. It ain't VIP anymore. And they're stuck. That molly has just put them in a bit of a standstill, but Lado's able to find that opener. They're still making the pressure, and now it's going to be Lado. Can he get this other kill? But he's able to. Alvin gets a bit too wide. KMRN trying to do what he can do, but now all just down to Tatum by himself. The bomb is dropped. It's 10 seconds. He needs to kill everybody, but no, it's going to be GODSENT. They will take this map away.